Hello and welcome. Today we're playing another round of Overwatch. This is going to be episode 2 in a fairly long running little sequence up until the release of the game on the 24th of May. I'm going to be going through a lot of different characters and maps and playstyles, explain a bit about them, what I found I did wrong, what I found I did right during the beta. Today we're going to be playing Reaper. Now Reaper is a really strong character. He has some of the most powerful shotguns. Pistol shotguns, whatever you want to call them. I think they're called Hellfire shotguns. They deal a hell of a lot of damage, but you have to be extremely close up. In order to be able to get close up, Reaper has a teleport, which you can see here. Teleporting across the map to a certain point. The teleport range is limited, so you'll see me in this map, and well, every time I play Reaper, trying to discover the length of his teleport, because it doesn't always reach as far as you want it to. I suppose it's a gameplay mechanic, so you need to try and figure out how far your teleport reaches across the map. And your objective is to try and get in behind enemy teams, get right up behind them and put those Hellfire shotguns to good use and totally destroy enemies that are in front of you. They do so much damage. With 8 shots in a clip, you can put out a hell of a lot of damage in one barrage before you need to reload. When you do reload, you can turn into something called Wraith form, which is sort of like a ghostly form, which allows you to get out of any situation, or get into any situation you want, without taking any damage from any source. You can't fire your weapons, you can't reload, or do anything, but you can pick up health packs during Wraith form. It lasts for a few seconds, and it allows you to get around a corner, get away, pick up a health pack. As soon as you turn back into Reaper, into its human form, you can then reload and get straight back into the fight. One thing you may have noticed in the map so far, there's been some orangey black glowy balls that I pick up. This is sort of a passive skill that Reaper has, called the Reaping. It allows you to gain back a small amount of health for every person that's dead on the battlefield. So anyone that dies in front of you on the battlefield will leave one of these black orangey balls. If you go and pick it up, you'll get an extra little bit of health. So every time you kill someone, it's always good to go and pick them up. Exactly like that there. A little health pack always helps. You should never be low on health. Always try and keep your health as high as possible. In TF2 it was always try and keep it about above 100 because that's the most damage that you can take. But I think in Overwatch, just try and keep it at the max. It's always best to have full health everywhere you go before you enter any encounter. Stick with your team. Try and get full health, especially with support or healers about. That's the ultimate for Reaper. It's called Death Blossom. He turns into this ultra cool montage of a shadowy figure firing off anyone that's in range. Don't be afraid to use the ultimates at any point that you get them. They recharge super quickly. You get a couple per game. You're never gonna need to hold on to it for any length of time. With Reaper, it's always good to be able to use your teleport or Wraith form to get in behind the enemy and then use your Death Blossom once you're amongst a large group of people. But don't be afraid to use it if you're one-on-one and you're losing or you need to get away. Just pull out your Death Blossom, annihilate the person in front of you and scarf her off, get some health and carry on. So the map we're playing on today, as glorious as it looks, is called Ilios. It's a control map where basically you need to take control of the checkpoint on the map, control it up until the point that the bar reaches 100%. If any of the opposing team are in the same control point at any one time, the control point will be contested, so you need to make sure that you have at least one person on your team in the control point to capture it. Once it's been captured, it's up to the other team then to recapture it back. So Reaper is such a lovely character. It took me a while to sort of get used to his shotguns because the range is really short, but the teleport and the race step, they add a lot of opportunities for this character, especially when you mix it with his ultimate, with his Death Blossom. It really works well if you can teleport in behind someone, drop down, come around a corner to the entire team from behind, pull out the Death Blossom and away you go. You can just see the power of these shotguns. You can take out a lot of people, and when you get on low health, use the Wraith form to slip away, get the health back. Now I'm not a huge fan of this game mode. It does I think it would work a lot better if you were in communication with your team, because we're all scattered left and right across the control point. No one really knows who's attacking from where, and it needs a concerted team effort from the people that don't have the control point captured yet in order to take it from the people that are defending it, because they've set up a really good base in this control point now. So the opposing team, the red team, need to really try and push to get this control point back. And like I say, I think it would work a lot better if you're in communication with all the people around you, so you knew who was coming in, where they were coming in from. But playing solo, it's just good to try and patrol one sort of area in case anyone's on their own coming into, say, the left flank or the right flank. Or stick with your team right in the centre, but then you're just prone to one of these silly ultimates like Riptire, which will just come in and destroy everyone in a huge radius. Now these Genjis are super easy to take out as Reaper. They have such low health. As long as you don't succumb to their deflecty blade thingy, they don't really stand a chance unless they're a really good Genji. You can pretty much rip through them with your shotguns. Always looking for health on the map. Make sure you're topped up with health at all times. Oh, there's a Bastion. When he's in this sort of mode, he's not even that much of a threat. He's put a bit of damage on me, so I use this Wraith Form to get away. This Widowmaker, she's on really low health. Ah, they got her. Where's this Bastion? Oh, he's healing in the corner. Go on, try and run away. Oh, I didn't even need to go into Wraith Form. I could have just followed it. He's around the corner. That's funny. Oh, no, Tracer's in on us. Super close range. These just take people down. They are super good. Getting some healing from this Mercy, which is nice. That Genji again, I mean, a couple of shots and he is gone. Especially if he doesn't see it. If you can creep in from behind. Oh, we got the special. Can we get in on him? Get in on him. Oh, I think we only got one. No, he's pulled out his ultimate. Oh, I would have had that Bastion, but he pulled out his ultimate cannon ability. Well, that was the round anyway. That was victory. That's been a really nice defense. A really good introduction to Reaper. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been Fuzzy Logic. Stay tuned for a lot more Overwatch gameplay to come, and I will hopefully see you soon.